So to give you a bit of context here, this is not my first time using an iPhone. If you have been a follower of the channel, I started this iOS experiment with the iPhone 12 mini. While I did enjoy all the benefits of having a small iPhone, I decided to let go of it. After a while, I bought the iPhone 13 Pro, which I have not featured in this channel but did mention in some videos that it was my main device. But nearly 6 months after spending time with the 13 Pro, along with the release of the iPhone 14 series, I decided to upgrade to the 13 Pro Max. Simply put, I wanted a bigger screen, a longer lasting battery, and bigger storage. And the simple reason why I did not choose to opt for the latest iPhone 14 series is because of I don't want to pay more for upgrades that don't change or add to the way that I use an iPhone. While I think this is the best time to buy an iPhone 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max, I also think it's the best time to get to know our sponsor today. Fido is a brand founded in 2017 that offers phone cases with drop-proof protection technology. As you can see, all these rugged cases are from Fido. They come in different varieties. For example, this all-black rugged case features a dual-layer structure to protect my iPhone 13 Pro Max. The outer rubber shell protects the phone from bumps and drops, while the inner plastic shell protects the phone from getting scratched. Furthermore, the front has a 2mm raise to keep the screen from getting scratched. The same goes for the camera hump. And of course, it has a kickstand. One of my favorites, however, is this purple rugged case. It's not as edgy as the black one, but it has decent protection while keeping that ergonomic feel thanks to the rounded corners. And yes, it has a kickstand as well. They also have cases for the rest of the iPhone 13 as well as the latest iPhone 14. Oh, did I mention that all of them come with free tempered glass and an installation kit? The included tempered glass is made to fit well with both the screen phone and the case. I left the links to their website and Amazon shop where you can purchase their rugged phone case at a discounted price. Thank you to Fido for sponsoring this video. So the reason why I think it's the best time to get the 13 Pro Max is because of the lack of true upgrades provided by the iPhone 14 Pro series. For the Apple users, I know the new always on display feature is a big news to you guys, but for us who've seen the Android side of things, this is an old feature. As for me, I do like the feature in general, but the implementation of Apple, at least to me, needs a bit more optimization, specifically the battery consumption. When I read reports about the 14 Pro models making battery life worse due to AOD, I tagged it as a red flag since one of the reasons I switched to a Max version is for the battery life. In short, I am willing to sacrifice the feature in favor of a longer usage time. As for the cameras, the jump from 12MP to a 48MP sensor seems substantial on paper, but I think Apple has optimized its camera processing so well that it's hard to see noticeable improvements unless you pixel peep. Not to discredit what Apple has done with the 14 Pros, but what I'm saying is that sure, you can get the best iPhone camera, but the second best iPhone camera is still pretty dang great. However, I do like to point out that the unprocessed look of iPhone cameras is starting to feel unexciting when it comes to portrait shots. I appreciate the natural processing, no doubt, but maybe it's just me or my age, but I'm starting to prefer the bright and colorful output straight from the camera app. But regardless, this is easily fixable by applying the vivid filter during editing. As for the dynamic island or notch, it's a good gimmick, but it's not something worth paying a few $1,000 more. But wait, how could you buy an iPhone 13 Pro Max when Apple isn't selling the 13 Pros anymore? That's where the second-hand market comes in. I bought this from a third-party seller. The phone itself came with its box and accessories with pre-installed tempered glass from the previous owner. The build didn't come with a single scratch or ding, and although the battery health was at 97%, the battery life is still a solid 1 day to a day and a half, and the fact that this 256GB model was only priced at 51,500 pesos made it more appealing to me, and according to this phone, it's still under warranty until next year. Buying from a third-party seller isn't the most advisable thing to do, especially if you're not aware of the pros and cons, and if you're not all too familiar with checking the authenticity of second-hand phones, you might be better off spending a bit more for a brand new one. But for someone well aware of all these, I jumped the gun and purchased this phone. The timing was also perfect for me as the pricing of phones around the world has started to increase as well, including the latest iPhone 14s. At the same time, the 13 Pro Max has steadily dropped in pricing while keeping its high value. Am I worried I need to upgrade to the iPhone 15 series considering the rumors of the switch to USB-C and other iterative upgrades? Not at all. I just needed a phone with reliable video cameras, long-lasting battery life, consistent performance for the next few years, and guaranteed software support for the next 4 to 5 years to keep it running smoothly and securely. That's the iPhone 13 Pro Max for me. So yes, for the next few years I'm going to be an iPhone user, but that doesn't mean I'll stop reviewing Android phones. I still love them. If I do decide to switch back to Android again sometime in the future, it has to be a folding device. That's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.